My hands just straight down. I won't touch a thing. How's it going today?
We'll just be robots.
What's up, everybody? I'm Dylan Bartlett, and I have a passion for small business. You're hearing it here first. So we're talking to business owners to find out how they got started and what keeps them driven to succeed. This is In Your Business. Hope we can use that for something. Color grading, videos. Sounds like science, gang. Yeah, please use all of these. We have to switch sides. We can fix all of this in the editing. I'm kidding. He likes it when I make fun of him like that. He makes fun of me all the time.
Oh, I'm going to tell you a story first.
Okay.
So my real question to you,
yes,
right out the gate is,
Lord,
what the No, but for real, right?
But what is it?
Yeah, because in the golf world,
Yeah.
there's like, I think it's one of the few places where like etiquette still exists.
I know.
Right? So when I'm first getting into golf, like I'm in my early 20s, I'm on this course with a couple of my buddies. And, you know, like in the city, they're just like stacking them up. It's just like people after. So there's always like a ton of people. So we walk up to the first tee. And I really don't like when it turns into a spectator sport. And we're going to get into this later because I know that you've played under some pressure. So having people around is not a big deal. But for me, it's like, I'd really prefer it if there wasn't a bunch of people around. So I'm standing there and I got my back to like all these people who are there and they're all waiting to hit their shots. And I'm like, oh my God, I can feel myself, like I'm getting tense now. Like I don't like this. And this guy starts heckling me, right? And he starts telling me that what bad etiquette it is, how long I'm taking, and there's people waiting and all this stuff. So eventually, this guy's totally living in my head rent free. I end up finally hitting the most awful tee shot ever, right? And no joke, when I turn around and look at this guy who's behind me, he's wearing jean shorts.
Of course he is.
What is etiquette, man? You know what I mean?
He's wearing jorts.
Yeah, come on, that can't be a thing.
To me?
So there you go.
I know.
That's really what I want to talk about. Is when you're on a golf course.
Yeah.
What should you do? What can you do? What's happening?
Well, it varies by course. I feel like you can judge the vibe. I feel like when you pull into a parking lot, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
if you pull in and it's ooh, this is swanky.
Yeah.
Then probably George should stay in the car.
Well, to be fair though, I think that they should stay in the car no matter what all the time.
They should never be purchased either.
Do you think it's okay if women wear them?
No.
So women shouldn't wear them, and men for sure shouldn't wear them.
Men for sure shouldn't wear them just ever.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
But then women, I feel like if you're just a chill day,
okay,
you're shopping or going to the beach, that's fine. I wouldn't wear jean booty shorts to the golf course. That's a little
that's the lesson that we're trying to learn here is don't do that. Right?
Let's just cover the necessary areas to be appropriate.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to In Your Business. Today we're hanging out with Taylor from Ainsdale Golf Course.
What's up?
Why don't you tell the folks about your business, man?
Oh my gosh. Well, Charles and I have owned Ainsdale since 2017.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. We're going into year 3. 18-hole golf course in Kincardine on Highway 21. For me, it's coming home. I'm a Kincardinite, I guess, born and raised here. So this is home for me. So it's been awesome to come back and give back to the community and get involved with juniors and that whole thing. So
very cool.
Yeah.
And when you say come back now, you're the real deal. I'm going to bring it up because you're the real deal. Yeah, no, because you did though, right? You started playing golf in Kincardine as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I know you don't want to admit it, but you're very good, right?
I'm
come on, no,
so washed up.
No, I know. Remember, we said we weren't going to talk about age stuff. It's makes me feel bad, right? But you go away and you go to college in the U.S. It's a big deal, and you winning championships and stuff. So don't be modest about it. Tell me the story, man. How does that happen? How does this kid from Kincardine all of a sudden be in the U.S.?
Yeah, well, I had I had a ton of help. Genuinely, honestly, Kincardine was the best place to grow up, and I had the support of the community and friends and family backing me, which I think unfortunately in golf that can get lost maybe a little bit, which is why I'm so dedicated to junior golf and women playing golf as well, not to leave men aside.
No, it's
very
okay.
important as well.
No, it's all right.
That's where we need golf to trend to. But Played a lot of sports, or I shouldn't say sports, played golf, a lot of golf. Oh my God, in the States. And so got recruited by OU, which is University of Oklahoma, and fell in love like the moment I stepped off the plane. Like I knew, I literally touched down. I don't know what it was, like the vibe. I had literally haven't even seen anything yet.
Yeah.
Didn't meet the coach, nothing. And I'm like, looked at my parents like, oh God, I'm probably coming here. Like, where is Oklahoma? Like, where on the map? Where on a map is this place?
Yeah, and you're like, no, seriously, it's a genuine question. Like, where is it? Yeah.
Like, this is the Midwest. Like, what is the Midwest? Like, I didn't know that stuff.
Yeah.
So, fell in love, did 4 years there, graduated, and then was so in love with it that I stayed and got my master's and worked as a graduate assistant. And then graduated with that and played some professional golf after.
I like just casually, you just casually throw that in.
But it wasn't, I'm so glad that I did that. Tried it out. It wasn't for me. And that's okay. And I'm good now with knowing that it's okay. At the time, that was like a whole thing, like this moment in my life, like where I didn't know, like, what's my purpose? Like, I should be doing these things.
Yeah.
And I've trained so long, like, was it a waste of time? Am I failing people? Am I, all this pressure, like, oh my God, what am I now? I'm just Taylor. Like, what am I going to do? And I'm totally, completely happy with the decision. And
you took it a long way. Like, so was there a culture shock for you? Like, so you show up, now all of a sudden you're in Oklahoma, wherever that is. We'll probably put like a graphic of a map of and we'll show, we'll show like the people, we'll show the people where Oklahoma is on a map. But like when you show up there, like, is there culture shock for you? Just like being a small town Canadian kid and now all of a sudden you're in the US? Yes
and no. Like, again, and I can't even describe it other than it was a feeling where I felt at home. Yeah. And I knew I was safe there. It's very rural, which I can barely say that word, but
it's the worst
reminded me.
That's the worst word, man.
I know. Yeah. But it reminded me so much of here, like a ton of farming, like genuine, honest, kind-hearted people that I knew would take care of me. Yeah, where I didn't necessarily someplace like, nothing against a New York City or an LA, or I didn't even look at those schools because I knew that was going to be way too far out of my comfort zone.
So much of like finding the right school is probably just finding the right fit, really, right?
Lord, yeah.
So and then so when you show up there, you're going to be playing golf. Like how did you come to play as much as you did, and how did you guys come to like win? Like you got to explain it. Like, 'cause I mean, you guys like won. I know you hate talking about it, but it, like you guys won. Like it's a big deal, right?
It was awesome. So my coach is Canadian. She's from Quebec. So we had an instant bond right away over something like nationality, which seems, but it was she was like a mother figure for me. And then teammates who became like sisters. I think you spend I don't think what people realize, you spend every waking minute with your team. Like everything. You're in classes together, you're working out together, you're eating together, you're traveling together, you're shopping together. They're your friends. Like, like them. Yeah. Like, do your research and like them.
That's awesome.
But I say that because if you go on visits, anybody who's watching, like, spend the time with the team and the coach, because that's who you're with 24/7. So I think we focused so much on that, and that was such a big part of what my coach wanted, that we clicked, and it was like we were all working towards the same goal. We all had individual goals too, but the team was always the bigger picture.
That's
so
awesome.
That ended up, winning Big 12 championships. And
but explain, like, what, like, the Big 12 is, it's just like you described it. It's a big deal.
Yeah. It was awesome. We won in Lawrence, Kansas. Again, you're going to have to look it up. Midwest, which was awesome. All I can remember, it was like the most miserable conditions. It was almost snowing.
But it's most people, maybe most people don't realize it, but it's a big stage, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's a huge deal. These are like elite level schools and teams that are playing together for like a national championship. I mean, it's a huge deal, right?
With like girls from all over the world. Like, it's not even like we're from Canada and you think, oh, okay, there's gonna be some Americans and then the odd Canadian. But you have, Australian and Thai and like all tons of nationality. So you get there and you very much like feel, can I be here? Like, can I do this? And you really have to like rise above that and know that you got recruited there for a purpose. You're supposed to be there. Yeah. And so when I realized, okay, my coach wants me to play and wants me to do well, then I I can chill a little bit
Yeah.
and know that she wants me to
That's
play. Because
awesome.
I think, again, like there's 8 girls on a team and only 5 travel. And
Yeah.
there's, that whole like having to battle it out
Yeah.
thing. But
Yeah. Which is healthy, I think,
it is.
right?
It
to a
totally
degree.
is. Yeah.
I've had the pleasure of like golfing with you before, and you're still very good. You know what I mean? I know in your mind you're thinking, listen, as an average golfer, you're still very good. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm a mom now.
well, yeah. All right. So then you guys are like, then you have Ainsdale, like you guys buy Ainsdale,
Boom.
and then what, man? Now it's like now you own a golf course.
Now we better figure it out.
Yeah, you better figure out how to run a
Yeah.
golf course.
Yeah. It was a lot at the beginning. I think that we did our research and talked to the contacts that we both had prior to signing. So we had a little bit better idea, kind of. Like nobody, I don't think, can prepare you for like owning your own business. And there's a lot of stuff that you learn on the fly, I would say.
Yeah. So then after you guys take over, you guys
Yeah.
have made tons of amazing changes, like course dramatically different, outside and inside.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff that I think is really cool that you guys have been doing.
I like hearing other people's like.
Oh, well, there you go.
Take on it
The
as
main
well.
thing for me,
Yeah.
like I would want someone to know, separate from like the physical act of golfing, is it's worth dipping down there just to get some food.
Hey.
Do you know what I mean?
Thanks.
Like I've eaten breakfast there a couple times where I wasn't even golfing. I just
Yeah.
came to eat.
Yeah.
And you guys have he's really I mean, my guy Chuck's out here cooking up a storm.
I know.
Like some for real Southern barbecue.
I know. He's good. He
Like
is
so,
good.
So how
Yeah.
did what's the conversation
how
like?
does that even
Yeah, like how do like all of a sudden he's just in the kitchen,
Like,
like
what? I know. His brother has some chef experience, and I think he's one of 3 boys, and he's got some stepbrothers as well, and they all have this like love, I think I would say,
Yeah.
of cooking and a desire to want to cook.
Yeah.
And so I think that's just like part of who he is. And he was like that all when we dated. Like this isn't just something new that he's,
yeah.
I think he's fallen in love with it more, but he always.
He clearly has like a real.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a massive head now when he watches this.
God.
His ego is just gonna be exploding. But like, he has a passion for it. He's clearly proud of what he's making, and what he's putting out is amazing. So that was the main thing I wanted to say was
Cool.
really like just dip down there and take a look, check it out. Oh, okay, this happened. That made a sound.
Oh,
We'll leave that in.
Okay.
That's a blooper.
Is it?
I don't know what that sound is. Yeah. Computers make sounds. And then the other thing for me, which was cool, because like I'm a big style guy when it comes to golfing. I think like the transition of kind of like style in golf has been fascinating to me, because as a kid growing up, my dad was always into golf, but the fashion was horrible.
The pleated front
Oh
pants.
man, pleated pants?
Pleated
No, right?
khakis, no less. My
But
lord.
you and I have a mutual love of Dustin Johnson. Huge fan.
Yeah, huge
right?
fan, yeah.
And I loved Dustin Johnson before he was winning tournaments. I think he's just the freshest, flyest looking dude in golf, right?
You have a man crush. Let's just.
What? That's 100%. 100%. I everything about this guy's style is
Yeah.
awesome. I think he's the best dressed guy on the tour. And then obviously, ironically, then like, after just
Of
looking
course.
great for so long, then he ends up
Has to have.
yeah, of
success
course.
at a
Then he ends up
certain
winning
point.
tournaments, and he's
I know.
amazing. But you guys have like a lot of the same stuff that he
Yeah.
wears. Like you guys carry a lot of those brands. So if you want to be looking fresh, you can come into your place
Check
and
us
yeah.
out. I know. Yeah, that's something that I think there was area to grow the business, and that's something I love, shopping. Shocking.
Yeah.
But it's been fun to like maybe pick styles or colors that I maybe wouldn't go for, but
Yeah.
other people love, and that when you do turn on TV, DJ's wearing it or Tiger's wearing it, or
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
Rory's got it on or whatever. Like that's the cool new thing.
Do you you do a ton of lessons? Mm-hmm. What's that like? Like, I mean, you come back, you played a lot of golf, obviously. You've been taught, right? And now you're the teacher.
Yeah, it was weird at the start being on the other side, and I tried to like navigate like how much is too much to say, and is this too far out of their comfort zone? Like learning when is enough,
Yeah.
and not blowing people's minds. And I want them to enjoy it and feel like they get their money's worth out of it. And I will not. The way I am, I'm not satisfied unless they feel that way too.
Yeah.
So I won't end a lesson unless people feel comfortable and they know going forward what their goals are. But yeah, the first couple was like, oh, this is different for me, but I like that. Like that's how I'm still competitive in golf. And I know that sounds weird, but each lesson is like its own new challenge. So
For sure. And I guess like for you, like as you see people get better.
Oh, it's the
right?
greatest thing ever.
Yeah, it's got to feel amazing, right?
Especially like not like watching the juniors is like the greatest thing ever. From the first week to the first day to the last day is just when they are hitting it.
Yeah.
Can kind of get it off the ground,
Yeah.
and then they're out here smashing it. Like,
gotta love
like,
it.
yeah, man, you're the next Rory.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
let's
Yeah,
go.
totally. Yeah, totally.
And like pump them up like they think they're gonna be. Like that's
that's
what
awesome.
it's
I love
about.
that.
Yeah.
That's very cool. I love that you guys do all that stuff for kids because I do think it's one of those things where it's like without more and more kids getting into it and playing it, the future of golf could look pretty bleak.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we need kids to get excited
Yeah,
because
and I'm all about that.
I'm a huge golf fan, but more than anything, just because I like being outside. You know, like it's a good exercise. It's always like a beautiful place to be. Like like visually around you, you're out in nature, right? It's a pretty awesome. There's very few things that can deliver on to check all those boxes, right? It's pretty great. I love that you're so into that stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So man, so now you're doing the lessons. You and I had a funny experience with some lessons last summer, and we're probably going to play the clip. Summer will probably play the clip now that I make reference to this. But so I'm a lefty. Like I grew up like in Canada playing hockey my whole life. So there's a lot of lefty golfers, right? And
crazy.
And I think we joked around like I've had a sneaking suspicion that maybe I shouldn't be a lefty, for a long time.
Yeah.
Because I'm just bad, right? But then, so when you and I were playing together, you jokingly, I got one of your right-handed clubs from you, and you gave me like a handful of pointers on the fly. I swing like in like what I feel is the most like cliche golf, the most exaggerated golf swing ever, and I clunk one right onto the green, right-handed, and I'm a lefty. And your reaction to that was hilarious, right? Because I mean, there's the shock in your face.
This is what we've been working for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Switch.
Yes, the whole time I should have just switched,
know.
right? But I've noticed a huge difference in just a handful of pointers that you give me. So what do you say to somebody who's either like new to golf or just trying to get their game a little bit better? Like, what do they do? Like, what's the best advice you can give them?
Slow it down. Like for you in that moment, I know exactly what I can picture it in my head.
Yeah.
When you say the most like cliche, like taking it back, it's because you were thinking about it, but you were so much slower and more deliberate in what you were doing. So the moment you slow things down, your contact's going to be better. I'm not saying snail speed. I don't mean, it's not gonna go very far. But I do it for sure.
I know exactly what you mean.
Because then you go back to lefty. And
it's a mess. Yeah, it's a total mess.
It was like you're trying to be like speed runner over here.
Yeah, no, that's what happens. I know. But like,
it's just like and it happens to everybody. Like honestly.
Do you think that most people who are like, average, like kind of just like hobbyists, like golfers, do you think that most people have like the same like handful of things that they do wrong?
Yes.
Like eye on the ball, like I always want to pick my head up so I can see how bad my shot was, but if I just kept my head down, it probably would have been a pretty good shot, I cannot, the temptation of bringing my head up is impossible to do.
Everybody, the fundamentals, and it sounds sometimes your lessons with people who are decent golfers already, to go back to the basics and talk about posture and grip and alignment and things like keeping your head down may seem like I already know that stuff, but sometimes that's all that it is just tuning those things up, and then all of a sudden you see what you're wanting to see. Sometimes it takes more in-depth things, and I'm big on your body and what your body's doing and things like balance. So that's kind of where I start. I'll always start with fundamentals, and just to make sure those are good, because if we start diving into some swing thing and the whole time it was something like your grip.
Yeah, totally. You have to start at the beginning for sure.
I'm gonna be mad at myself.
Yeah, because I know, like for me personally, I know I do a lot of those things like that I shouldn't. I have a lot of bad habits.
Well, and that's exactly what they are. Like everybody has bad habits in everything.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter what it is. So
you have if you've never golfed or if you've golfed casually, it gives you a whole new appreciation though for what you've accomplished. Like in your, you know what I mean? Because golf is not easy. It's extremely frustrating, and it's so hard to just be consistently good shot after shot. I think that's actually the thing. I'm not super impressed by like, them smashing it 400 yards and stuff. Yeah. What I'm super convinced, what really, when I watch it and I'm like blown away by them, is just the concept of hitting 80 shots in a row that are good, and then doing it over the course of a weekend. It's like, how? I mean, I can't even put 2 shots together sometimes, you know, like it's because it's so challenging. It really is.
The stats of like they hit, 17 out of, well, there's par 3s, but hitting so many fairways every single round is just.
And that just is a mind blow to me.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do that? Like, it's crazy.
Unless you sit and watch golf, you don't pick up on that. Like you've picked up on that. A lot of people turn the TV on and they see that DJ carried it, 315 off the tee. So that's what then they go to the range and they're trying to hit it 315.
Yeah.
So that's where that, so it's good and bad. So sit down, turn the TV on and watch.
I also I think what blows my mind too is you talk about practice. Like we joked around one time about, you being in college and being like at the driving range and you're just like, you're hitting literally hundreds and hundreds of golf balls. And it's like, these guys are doing that every single day, right? All the pros on all the tours are hitting like thousands of golf balls, right? I mean, I don't think I like anything enough to do that,
It's their full-time job.
Yeah, it really is.
If your job is a 9 to 5, like they're even more than that.
Yeah.
But that's all they're doing. They have to order new wedges on the regular because the face is so worn out.
Which is just insane, right? I mean, like
if I needed to order new wedges when I was playing, like I ain't as good as they are. Like, and they're ordering them like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that is
nuts.
That's wild, man. Yeah. So obviously you're a golf fan.
Yeah.
But what other sports do you like?
Hockey.
Okay, yeah.
Hockey fan, baseball fan.
Favorite hockey team?
The Leafs.
Tell the people. Do you hear that? The Leafs. That's what's up.
Bred, always. My dad, I don't know if he's going to see this because he's not on Facebook, but my mom is. So I'll tag her in it. My dad, please, Leafs, please.
Yeah, I know.
Win the cup before.
Listen, don't make me beg. I'll get down on my hands and knees.
I know. And then my husband and my brother are so
gross.
House divided.
Well, we'll cut this part out. I won't give them. We'll beep that part out like it's a swear word. Oh. Yeah, exactly. We won't say what that team was.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
You're just gonna beep it again.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No matter how many times you say it, I'm gonna beep it again for sure.
Yeah.
So, but there is one thing that we would fight about, and I.
Oh.
That's college football.
Yes. Oh. You know what?
Because you know what? I will.
That actually might be I should have said that first.
Because I will say this with 100% honesty. No. Oklahoma.
Stop.
No, Oklahoma is probably my second favorite team, right? But I am a huge Oklahoma fan.
Well, at least I'm on your list.
No, yeah, a huge. But I grew up Notre Dame fan.
Okay, you know what? Yeah. If the words Texas came out of your mouth,
please.
I'm done here.
No, that's it. You know what? No, you can't. No. You can't like Oklahoma and Texas. No. That's ridiculous.
It doesn't go in the same.
I'm not. I'm over the whole Bama thing. Like, get a life.
I can't even say
No.
Can we bleep this too? Like the roll.
Yeah, no. I don't want that in my life. I don't want. Yeah, Notre Dame, man. Since I was a kid, right? Yeah. Like '93, I think Rudy came out. And I was like, whoa, what is this?
So cool.
I want to be a part of this,
Well, and OU had some home and away games scheduled for the last few years. I missed it, I think, by a year. I was already gone by then. But with Notre Dame, and everybody, my parents were at a game, said their fans were great, that they were awesome. And there's going to be some Sooner fans probably watch this and say, I think otherwise. But there's some schools that you can, every time, it never fails. There's some not so nice fans. Notre Dame, great.
I think it's
a very cool place.
It's a pretty cool place, and it's a pretty classy situation they got on the go. Whereas you're right. I mean, I'm a massive football fan across the board, but I love college football.
Yeah.
Watch like an absurd amount of college football. So you're right. Some of the schools, and listen, no disrespect to all of you. No, you know what? Actually, with all disrespect,
yes.
Right? Some of you guys are unlikable.
I just can't. But you know what? The thing that I like about college football is what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
The fact that there are these rivalries.
Yeah, for sure.
Leafs and Habs and, Leafs and Red stuff, like same thing goes. And I know it's not as popular around here, but like OU Texas, it's just like no.
It is. To be honest with you, that's actually the thing that fascinates me most about college football is I love the rivalry element of it. I really do. Cool. Like some of these colleges and universities have 100-year-old history.
It's awesome.
And every single time Notre Dame's going to play against Stanford, it's like I'm just going to rage.
Get your
exactly. Yeah. I love it. Right. I love it.
It's awesome. It's the greatest thing ever. So we need to get you to a Sooners game.
I would love that. Let's do that.
Against Notre Dame.
Then
might be tough.
Then we have to fight for sure.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so you want to do 5 questions?
Yes.
All right, here we go. These are the tough ones.
Don't, if this is going to be embarrassing and Summer's going to have to edit it if these are
Listen,
Do I have to ask them or you just ask me?
I'm going to ask you 5 questions. And listen, if you answer with embarrassing stuff, then that feels like it's on you, not me.
True.
I mean, I don't
So
know.
lie.
Yeah, lie. Yeah, if it's embarrassing, lie for sure. Everyone's trying to learn about you, but if it's
I'm all about
embarrassing,
that real talk,
yeah,
though.
if it's embarrassing, you should lie about it. Okay, so
Yes.
sweet or savory? Okay, so you got your
easy.
death row meal,
Yeah.
right? You got
So easy.
it's the Last Supper. Mm-hmm. What are you?
Sweet.
Sweet.
I know.
What?
My family knows this. Like they could all, they're just, yeah.
Sweet. I don't
All
know,
of
man.
the candy. Like,
Really?
yes, let's go to Bulk Barn.
Okay. All right.
Let's just get like 10 little bags and just
Really?
like, I know.
So you're talking like
This
like,
is why I'm not in shape for golf anymore.
What is it though? Like what's like the one thing? Like what are we talking?
Like I really like Sour Patch Kids.
I was gonna say Sour Patch Kids.
Yeah. Like those little like sour keys.
Yeah.
Heavenly.
Cherry Blasters.
Love.
Peach Fuzz.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh man.
Even just like random things that you're like, I've never seen this before, but
it looks like it has
yes.
sugar sprinkled on top.
Yeah, jelly tots. They used to be around when I was a kid.
Those are amazing.
My mom's
actually.
gonna laugh right now.
Those are amazing.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. Yeah, I know exactly.
They're
what you're talking about.
not anymore.
Those are very good.
No, I tried to email the company. They don't.
You tried to email the company. I love it.
This is so embarrassing. I
You know
see.
what?
This is the sucker.
No, but you know what though? I will make you feel better about
Okay.
something. When I
Okay.
was a kid, there was the Dickie D carts used to
Yeah.
drive, right? With
Yeah,
the
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so the guy's ringing the bell, he's got the ice cream in there. There was an ice cream in there called the Phantom.
Okay.
Right? And it was like a purple ghost with a
Okay.
gumball for like his eye or his mouth or something.
Wait. Yes.
Totally,
I know
right?
exactly. It was like icy.
Yeah,
kind of.
ice. Yeah, exactly. It was almost like ice milk
Yeah.
or something. Whatever that flavor is of Phantoms, I want that in my life. And I did.
Okay.
And you're not a psycho,
You
right?
emailed them.
Because I emailed them,
know.
and I was like, "Hey, Dickie D Company, what's
Yeah.
the deal?
I'll buy it
Like, yeah.
for
Do you guys have?
life.
Is there like a case, 30-year-old case in a warehouse somewhere, right? I will buy. I'll eat it. I don't care, right? If there's a frozen,
I know.
if there's like a refrigerated warehouse somewhere
Yeah.
full of these things, I want them, right? I'm
Just
gonna,
add that to the death row. We'll take it then.
totally,
too.
yeah. Well, I'm actually
With the
I'm a
cherries.
savory guy.
Oh, okay.
Like I would be more like if we're like having like a big like dinner or something, I'd be more likely to have more dinner as opposed to dessert.
Oh, you sound like my husband. He'd say that too.
That's delicious, man.
I mean, I'm not like discrediting that it's not like tasty, but like
It's very mocking your tone.
let's
So
be.
I don't. You know what?
All the dentists out there.
Let's
are like,
move
don't
on then.
listen to her.
While we're on the topic of food, then.
Yes.
Do you like breakfast food?
I do. Yeah.
Breakfast food, I think, might be my favorite food. I don't. Like, you know, I'm not a morning person, as you know. Are you a morning person?
I'm like a half.
But
Like,
you have You have young kids now, so you
yeah,
have.
that doesn't make you a morning person.
No, but it makes you have to get up, though.
You have to get
Right?
up.
Yeah.
Like, they're screaming like, oh, I guess I have to get up.
So this is a 2-part question.
Okay.
Morning person.
Yeah.
Are you like utilitarian morning person by necessity? Would you rather sleep in?
I can't sleep in anymore,
Well, yeah, no, I know. But what I'm saying, if you could,
but I can't. My body can't.
your body just won't allow
It won't. I would say no. I'm the most productive in the morning.
Okay.
So like let's
I
get up
find
like
that-
today. Like let's get up and like work out and like have a good start today. It's been a good day. If I am like sluggish and having some sour keys, then like my day and then I'll be up till 12, but like my best ideas aren't happening at midnight.
Some sour keys. That's a callback to sour keys. So then, so you're the kind of person who would legitimately wake up early and then eat breakfast early.
Yeah.
So what are you eating for breakfast on an average day?
Pea meal bacon, let's go. So good, but I'm not having it every day. No.
I mean, I'd like to,
I know.
right? That'd
Like
be awesome.
that would be great, and like over easy eggs, and that you can like dip with your toast. Like
You know what's funny is my
so
whole
good.
life I was not on this train.
What?
I did not like runny eggs my whole life.
So what, you're scrambled?
Yeah, I'm a scrambled egg guy.
Scrambled.
Yeah, I know it's boring, right?
Well, like you
But-
have to spruce. Do you have spices or cheese?
Well, yeah, I
in
mean,
there?
I'm hitting like hot sauce or like
Hot
like
sauce.
taco sauce or whatever,
Okay,
like
so
salsa, like anything on.
What
You know.
kind of hot sauce though?
Oh, this is a whole other conversation for a whole different day. Are you
Well,
kidding me? I mean, I would probably just do Frank's Red Hot, like in a pinch, you know, because I just. Ouch.
Good.
Okay.
Frank's isn't calling me for a call.
Now it's just getting heated. Now we're gonna fight about hot
Oh,
sauce.
gosh, cut it
No,
out.
I'm not fussy. Like I would
Yeah.
eat. Like I like Tabasco. Like I'd eat
Yeah.
whatever, right? But
you're a runny
recently though, I'm getting on the runny egg train.
It's
I'm
good.
trying. I'm really trying.
So
Yeah, because
good.
people have made fun of me for a really long time about it.
No, scrambled eggs. There's a time and a place.
And that time and place is every day at any time. Female bacon, I'm with it. So does
Yeah, it's so
Chuck
good.
call it Canadian bacon?
This was like a thing I corrected very early on.
Because you can't do that.
It's not.
Yeah.
Canadian, that's ham.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
that's not,
Yeah, no.
it's hilarious. Like, you'd be in Oklahoma, I'd see, oh, Canadian bacon. And Chuck's like, maybe this is your pea meal that you speak of. And I'm like, no, it's going to come out and it's just going to be a slab of ham.
Yeah, totally.
And it is.
Yeah. So for
Like,
any of
that
you
is
Americans
not-
out there, ham is not female bacon.
No.
Ham is not Canadian bacon. You're wrong. You're
No,
doing
and
it
I'm
wrong.
like trying to like tell him how it has the like
The cornmeal on the crust on the
like,
outside.
I'm like, you know those yellow, you know what those yellow thing, and he's like, what? I'm like, that yellow, like I didn't know what it was called, so I had to Google it, and I'm telling him, and he's like, I've never heard of this, and then he came here, and it was like, now-
Does he love it?
oh yeah, he's a fan now,
Of
but I don't
course
have it
he
every day,
does.
so like, trying to be healthy, I have my protein shake, and then go about my day.
I love how you say that. You're like, I'm trying to be healthy.
No, and I do
the
like my
same.
shakes.
Yeah, I
like
do the same.
Do you not feel better? Like when I have my shake, like I genuinely feel better. My stomach doesn't hurt.
For sure, yeah. I as you know, I try to like make
Yeah.
reasonable food
Yeah.
choices. I'm
Yeah.
kind of like I have a crazy schedule, like Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
I usually have one day a week where I do the most of the worst.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, well, yeah, like your cheat day.
Yeah, totally. Except for
Yeah.
like I'm just like I'm pretty
not even-
I'm pretty loose with it the whole time anyway. But I try to do everything just in moderation.
Yeah,
you know?
no, you're
Like,
pretty healthy, I feel.
I try to be, yeah. I try to be. But listen, if there was an enormous plate of female bacon in front of me right now, we're eating it with our hands.
Yeah, but if there was pea meal and sour keys,
So, I'm getting the pea meal. I'm not even touching the sour keys. It's like the sour keys weren't even here. You would choose the sour keys over the female bacon?
this is embarrassing. Next question.
Oh man, you know what?
Oh, actually, I would choose pea meal, but if there's jelly tots, it's not a question.
No, you know what?
Jelly tots, call me.
That's ridiculous. That's completely ridiculous. So how do you sleep? And I know because you have kids immediately is not well, right? But what I mean by how do you
Yeah.
sleep is like
Side.
Yeah, are you up?
Oh, we need a new mattress and a sleeper.
So you're tossing and turning. Yeah, so
we're coming to see you. Yeah.
You know what's funny is I think we're gonna have Sadie on the show.
That's awesome, Sadie. Help us.
Yeah, because you know what? I sleep like a corpse.
Okay.
Like
that's
like
my mom.
like flat on my back like
That's
this.
scary though.
You think so?
Is your wife not like, oh,
Yeah, of course she probably thinks it's the weirdest thing ever, right?
Like you can like put the sheets back over in the morning because like you haven't even disrupted the
That's
other
what
side.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not quite like that, but I'm pretty dang close. I'm side, back, stomach, other side, back, stomach. Like it's
But you're ideal though, like because you have
side.
Okay, I can't
On
do
my
it.
right.
No joke.
Right side.
I don't know why I can't do it, but my arm will fall asleep.
The under one.
Yeah, every time.
Okay.
Like, have you ever been laying there like
Yes.
this and your arm is stuck out like to
Yes,
your
and it
side?
feels horrid.
And then
Yeah.
when you go to roll over, your arm doesn't come with you.
Because it's just dead over
Like
there.
I thought one time, the first time it ever happened to me, I was a grown ass man, right? And I thought I was gonna have to get my arm amputated. I swear to God, I woke up in pure panic. Like I thought, oh, like I'm punching my own arm and I can't feel it.
Pins and needles.
Yeah, and I'm thinking
Yeah.
that's it. This arm. I guess
See,
I have
you've
one
done
arm
it
now.
Wrong. No.
I am not historically a very good like sleeper.
No.
Like I wake up a lot, so.
I was like that before kids too. Like this isn't something like
I feel like
overly new.
I feel like I wasn't. I feel like when my kids were little,
You slept good.
I still slept in. Like you know, like once my kids, not when they were really little, but like when they got to the age where they were like old enough that they could like live their own
yeah,
lives.
like
you know,
they
like
can go down and get their own
yeah,
cereal.
get cereal and like.
See, we're not at that point
Yeah,
yet.
totally.
So he still comes in and just stares at me.
That's a milestone.
And I wake up to
It's terrifying.
like it's just like my lord.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
All right, so then, what band / song are you just obsessed with right now?
Oh man, I'm a huge country music fan. I know. This is where we just.
All right, we'll edit all this out. This is disgusting.
What you're gonna be into something?
Country's terrible,
No,
dude.
it's not.
Country's terrible.
Okay, this is where I fit in perfectly in Oklahoma.
Okay, I can see that.
I have like, I love country music, but then in Oklahoma, you have like red dirt country. Look it up. Fell in love with it. I'm like, I love old school country too.
Well, because Anthony and I talked about this a little bit. I would say old country is one of the few passes I could give you, right?
Like it's so good.
Yeah, totally. So
I love George Strait.
all right,
And that's not even like, that's old-ish, but I honestly like even some Johnny Cash stuff I don't dislike.
Johnny Cash is amazing,
Yeah,
right?
like, so talented.
I think it's like kind of new
Poppy.
pop new country that I
Ain't
don't
my
like.
jam. Yeah.
Okay.
Like Taylor Swift came into the
All
scene
right, so-
and I was like,
For my to
Exit.
yeah, you're like
very creative and cool, but
But she's
it
not country.
wasn't her. No,
yeah,
it
not
wasn't
country.
her thing.
So we'll pretend like none of this previous bit didn't happen. I'll give
Okay.
you a pass on this country music thing. You were doing really well with the 5 questions.
Oh, please.
I think you were like in a really good. You were probably gonna get 3 out of 5 out of the questions, right?
Oh my.
Because there is a right and a wrong. I should have let in with that. There's a right and a wrong
Like,
answer to all these.
or a
Yeah,
check.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But so separate from country.
Okay.
Because I can't even relate. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Are you serious right now? Like that's, oh my God.
Yeah.
I would have to go to like the Billboard top
Okay.
to like.
So you're like a pop,
see-
like a pop
Yeah,
top 40.
I mean, I guess like I just meh. Like it's
So-
average.
But you get in your car.
And Baby Shark plays
No, but you get in your car and you put country on.
every single time.
Okay. You know what, to be honest with you, I mean this wholeheartedly, with the exception of country, I like just about everything.
With the exception.
Yeah, I really do. Like
We aren't friends.
you could hit shuffle on my phone.
Yeah, and it'll be-
and you would get like Drake and Frank Sinatra and you would get anything, right? But you
Okay.
would not get any country.
What about I do like, now I'm thinking of this.
Okay.
I do like Coldplay
All right.
and I like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it. Is that a question or are you definitive?
I'm like 70%
Okay.
of the way there.
Like,
But
so, like-
everything else.
But as a kid though, like you're a teenager growing up, like are you like
no.
country?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's it. You
My
know,
favorite song growing up was George Strait and I was like 7.
all right, we got to move on from this. This has been you know what? We were real good buds. I learned a lot about you just now. I'm not sure how I
Come
feel
to
about it.
Ainsdale, we got the country.
Yeah.
No, we'll put it on shuffle, I swear.
I have to do some digesting of this new knowledge that I have for you, you know,
Stop. That's a winning answer.
I don't know if it is.
90% of these people watching are going to be about it.
I don't know if it is, man.
Even if you're not, just be on my side, please.
All right, so back to Ainsdale for a sec.
Okay.
What's the one thing about your business that maybe people don't know that you want them to know?
Oh, man, that we do have food, that we're a restaurant. You kind of touched on this. We do have food. And I guess the other thing would be the size of the banquet space that we have there. And we're starting to get that out there now that we do weddings.
Yeah, very cool.
So pretty large banquet space. And it's not just for weddings or just for golf tournaments, but things like your anniversaries and bridal
Christmas parties.
showers. Christmas parties
Yeah.
were huge for us this past year, which is awesome. But it's a lot bigger space than I think a lot of people come in and go, oh my gosh, I had no idea it was
Like
this
you're
big.
fitting hundreds of people in there comfortably. Right? Yeah,
and
totally.
that's our, the first couple times we did weddings, it was like, oh, are you guys sure about this size? Like 120. And it's like, this is what we do for golf tournaments. All
every
the time.
weekend, right? Yeah.
And I know it's weird to think as a bride, if I put myself in that, she was like, yeah, but a golf tournament's not the same thing as a wedding. But in terms of like numbers, it very much aligns.
Well, at the end of the day, like you're still feeding like a huge pile of people. And that's actually an awesome segue because there's a really awesome opportunity coming up where people could pop into your place and see what it's all about, right?
Let's go.
What's with this open house? When's this open house happen?
Friday, April 5th from 4 to 8, and then Saturday, April 6th from 10 to 4. And it is a social night. You don't even have to be about golf. Just come see us and listen to country music. No. But we'll have finger foods out. The bar's open. All our golf shop merchandise will be in. We're going to have some sales in the shop as well. You can obviously buy your 2019 membership.
Very cool.
At the same time, but lessons and tips and sips has been a big thing. We have a driving range punch card now that we're offering. So there's a bunch of different stuff. Even if you're not looking for a full-on, membership, there's different options. But more than anything, like we're all sick of this weather.
Totally,
outside. So come and like hang out with us. And if you do buy your membership, you have a chance to win a season cart pass.
Very cool.
Which is cool.
So you got to head over to the open house, meet Taylor and Charles.
We're there.
Mingle around, have a few drinks maybe.
Yeah.
And see what Ainsdale's all about. And so where can they go to learn more about you guys?
AinsdaleGolfCourse.com and presented by these wonderful folks.
That's lovely. And we got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
And we'll put those somewhere. We always put those somewhere.
Stories.
Yeah.
I'll try to do some live stuff when it's going on, but come check us out.
Very cool. Well, thanks for coming. This was fun.
Thanks for having me.
Guys, this has been In Your Business. Tune in next week. We'll be talking to another awesome local business owner.
Yay.